Hello, welcome back to another installment of Walking with Dave. I'm Dave and we are going for a walk out in the country. One of my favorite things to do. Oh yeah, I like to get out for a walk in the sun, in the country, you know, if I can every single day. It doesn't happen every single day, but if I'm able to do it as much as I can, it definitely completes my day. The day feels more complete, more gooder. All right. But yeah, we're out here and it's a beautiful day out today. Hot, summer in Central Florida, baby. That's how we do it. But you know what? Like I said before, I'll say it again. Probably gonna repeat myself a lot throughout these installments. Sunlight is healing. You come out here and you get healed. All right. You know, we're walking down that kind of this great little country path. One of my favorite little things to do. Now, I've been here before, so I've done this before, but I'm taking you guys with me today, all right? This is always well and good. We're going to be going down here in a little bit. I got some cool, interesting little places I want to show you. But something I always like to do is to come over here and veer off the side of the road for a little bit. You know what I mean? You come over here and you kind of, where you see a little opening and you pop in. Check it out, check out the vibes, feel the vibes. Always got to be careful of whatever wildlife. You want to respect everything. This used to be all woods, and then some of it got made into housing development, which we'll see in a moment. Gotta watch for rattler snakes. Let's go back on the road. Yeah, I got an interesting place I want to show you. I'll tell you about it now briefly. It's not really that interesting. To me, it's interesting. I get infatuated with little areas because I feel the vibe there. You know what I mean? And then I get a craving for it, and I need to return every so often, sometimes every day for a period of time, just to soak up the vibes that are there. You know what I mean? I mean, that's really the start of this YouTube channel, is that these vibes, I soaking up these vibes so much. I was like, I felt compelled to get out here with the camera and to fill up the camera with the vibes if I'm able to. You know what I mean? See if I can bring these vibes that I feel, these healing vibes out in nature. And you know, just like walking around and doing a little exploring. If I can bring these and bring these vibes to other people, that'd be really cool. All right, that'd be really cool. So I'm sharing this with my elderly relative back up north. They're too old to kind of make the change in their life to come down here to Florida. They would always wanted to, but they were unable to because of their job and other stuff. But so now I'm recording these walking videos and to share with them, you know, kind of what it's like being down here. You know, like one of my favorite hobbies is just to walk around, to wander around, milling about, as they say in England. All right, so this is like a kind of a cool spot. I dub little places that I come across, like I usually associate with them with a movie. And I'll be honest with you, there's really only a couple movies that I seem to keep associating with everything. This, of course, not of course I should say, but this is reminding me a little bit of Jurassic Park, because whenever you have a barbed wire or concrete that's up against you know, nature like this, this is reminiscent to me of Jurassic Park. So that's what I kind of dig. There's another area that we're going to come to that I call the Borgo Pass, and that's going back to the Dracula movies and Bram Stoker's Dracula novel. The Borgo Pass is kind of where Dracula's castle was, and in the movies it's where you see Dracula's like carriage and stuff drive through, or in the Hammer horror films. Here we go, Jurassic Park, right? I mean, come on, that's Jurassic Park. Bum 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 bum. Let's go down here a bit. In the Hammer horror films, starring Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, they have the Borgo Pass where he's riding, and I don't know, man. For me, I kind of capture these vibes in a spot that we're going to be at a little bit later in the video. Yeah, come out here as much as we can to soak up the energy. The sunlight's healing. So anyway, the previous video, which was like I'm calling it episode 0. I think I'm going to post it as episode 0. It was shot with like a different camera that was not as good. And we'll always be looking to upgrade things. So now this is what we're going to be using for a bit. And if this keeps continuing to grow or get better, get better equipment. All right, we're going to come to where now it's going to stop where it's easy to walk. And I'm not in the mood to go through the high grass today. Sometimes I am, if I have better gear with me. So, yeah. In the other episode, the video concluded with me finding what I thought was an abandoned property. It looks pretty abandoned, and I did some research, and I found it on Google Maps and all yada yada, and I don't know. But then I rolled up on it, and it was not feeling right. I tell you, it's a little bit of a sketchy setup. I almost felt like I might have stumbled upon I'm out here in the country. Interesting things happen in the country. Something from what's that show? I wasn't super into it. Heisenberg, the guy with the mustache. What is it? Breaking Bad. All right. I don't know, because I'm like, I might have stumbled upon some sort of, whatever, auxiliary laboratory. I'll put it that way. But I don't know. I just didn't get a good vibe. Some people just gave me a dirty look. I drove by and I said, all right, maybe this is. So I don't know. If we go back to that area, vicinity with the camera again, I might point it out from the distance in the tree line, but the last thing I want to do is going to be like, you're going to see my face again with my poking around my camera. All right, so this is the Jurassic Park Trail. We're going to continue going down here. Next, we come up on some sort of a lot where they're storing, selling, I suppose, boats and RVs and stuff like that. But this is like Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park vibes. One of the reasons why I moved down to Central Florida was because I could find little quiet, little weird areas to go explore. Little nooks just like this. We always try to respect private property. Sometimes our curiosity gets the better of us, but we don't. No, but we try to play cool, keep it cool, be cool. Gotta be cool. So I don't know. I might put some light jazz music underneath this. I'm not too sure how this is going to work just yet. I don't know if people want to hear me jabber about nothing. Probably not. Or if they just want to see where I'm walking. Well, we'll see. I really, someone gave me the advice of just do what you're going to do what you were going to go do, and then just turn the camera on. So I said, all right, fair enough. So that's what I'm just doing. Every time I ask myself a question about what I should do with this video or whatever, I just can keep bringing myself back to that. Just do what you're going to do and turn the camera on. I was going to come here and walk and just kind of walk around in circles and blabber about stuff. Now, whether I do that on the phone with my dad or my friend or myself, or I'll record it for YouTube and for my relative up in New York. Big Apple, the big city. Man, used to live up there. It's tough, man. No nature to get in touch with, really. A little bit, but not real true nature. Yeah, there's a little bit of grass and trees, but it's not nature. You'll see. On these videos, we're gonna come across some animals. Excuse me. We're gonna come across some animals because I have plenty of time on my own. There's something. There's always a little something. There was some sort of little tiny lizard. I love the little lizards down here. Gotta love the little lizards. They help with the bugs and they just add a cool vibe. They're interesting little creatures. Some of them are so small and you think about, geez, look how tiny that thing is. Tiny little rib cage, this tiny little heart beating, tiny little veins and nervous system. It's wild. I mean, there was one that was really, a little bigger than my fingernail. A little bit, maybe a little bigger than a few of my fingernails, but still, 2 of my fingernails. Still not many fingernails. I don't know who measures lizards by fingernail, but that's what we do on this channel. Someone's cleaning it. They're running a vacuum over here. They're cleaning out one of these RVs. This kind of reminds me of old Military Road too. You hear about Military Road from the Seminole Wars here in Florida. Definitely, there's a spot that I know that we can walk a bit of it. We're going to go there eventually. Military Road, Fort King Road, same road. It's pretty much a path that goes from Tampa, all the way up, quite a ways away. Well, from Tampa to Fort King is Military Road, and then they also think that parts of this Military Road were also the same path that De Soto used when he came over from Spain to explore Florida and Alabama. And those paths are ancient paths that go back thousands of years. Hunting paths. The Native Americans who've been here for 12,000 years or whatever, or maybe longer, I don't even know, right off the top of my head, but they have these ancient paths. So, some of our highways are still based upon those ancient paths today, like 301. Kind of cool. The Borgo Pass. We're not quite there yet. I was out here yesterday and it was rainy. I don't know if I'll bring the camera out in the rain. If it's raining out and I want to show something, I might use the other camera, which I care less about rather, because it's a little cheaper of a camera. But it was really quite a sight. It was beautiful yesterday. I mean, yesterday really felt like an old school horror film. I'll be saying it many times. I love old school horror movies. I love gothic horror movies. My favorites are the old school classics, the Universal monsters. Then I love the Hammer series, what they did with those characters, Frankenstein and Dracula and stuff like that, because they were in color. They had great setting. They really, a lot of production value, a little bit more modern production value. And then I'm a sucker for I'm not gonna lie, I really have a true love for the Friday the 13th franchise. I love a lot of 80s horror. I mean, I love the whole classic skew of everything, array, I should say, of everything, Leatherface, Freddy, Michael, but Jason Voorhees is my favorite. Everyone picks a favorite, And honestly, it comes back to where we are right now. We're walking in the woods. And if any of those movies has a lot of just kind of walking and meandering around the woods, it's Friday the 13th. And how do you not love that, I think it stems back to also from when I was a kid and I used to go to a sleepaway camp. It was very much like the sleepaway camp in those movies or in Camp Anawana. All right. So yeah, this is, I'm just looking down at the camera. I'm not usually looking at the camera. I'm kind of just holding it and then walking through. Excuse me. But this is beautiful. See, this is why I come here. All right? Just a nice path. Nice, peaceful path. Sherwood Forest. Walking through the woods. Whoa, 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 we got a snake. Slipped away. It was just a black one. The black ones aren't, the black ones are all right. They're more scared of you than you are of it. So, as are the rattlesnakes, but the rattlesnakes do have a defense mechanism that we don't want to. I've had to become familiar with what to do in the instance of rattlesnakes because they're around. They're around, so you better be aware of like what the deal is. You know what I mean? So, just kind of giving you the view. It's peaceful out. Even with that vacuum or whatever it is, lawnmower. We don't usually have that, but Even today, it's still kind of nice. We'll be reaching the Borgo Pass eventually, sooner than later. You know, we might walk around in circles a little bit. That's what we do here. We walk around in circles. I was watching some information about like, oh, you know, best tips for having. So it's weird, I'll tell you. It's like YouTube knows right away that I've started a YouTube channel because it's already like giving me, you know, I mean, I think I told like one person over the phone, and all of a sudden now I'm getting videos from YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube myself. Getting videos from YouTube on pointers about how to put together YouTube videos. A lot of great information out there. I mean, from people who are certainly crushing it on this platform. You know, there's definitely, but there's the people who are saying lean into being controversial and this, that, and the other thing, and you know, I don't know. We'll see. I'm making it. My channel's called Walking with Dave, so I'm not too sure how controversial this is going to get. You know what I mean? I suppose my thoughts. I actually, come to think of it, throughout school, and I've always been kind of controversial without really intending to be. People don't like. I tell you what, we're living in a time more now than ever where. The powers that be, whatever, the flow of mainstream, we're not too keen on like individual thought, you know what I mean? So we remember what happened a few years ago with that thing that I don't want to mention because whatever. Whether how you feel about it or not, or this, that, and the other thing, I don't know, but it just seemed like to me that if you had an opinion that was kind of different from what the marching order was, that it was not looked upon too kindly. We're going to circle back before we go to the Borgo Pass. You know, I'm just feeling the energy. When you're walking, see, really, what I'm trying to do with these videos is just bring my energy walking, get it on camera, and put it out there for people. Put it out there for my relative, and put it out there for whoever. And since it's going to be on YouTube, put it out there for whoever is bound to enjoy it anyway. Okay? This is how I get myself ready each day for doing good work. Alright, come out here, walk. I might walk around in circles a bit. Alright, because you see things from a different perspective. Alright, it's, you know, both literal and metaphorically. So with walking now the other direction on the path, we're going to see the same stuff, but in a new way. Wow. That's just an epiphany I just had. See, walking, you know, I tell you, I've been watching videos of just about, you know, I've always liked Abraham Hicks or Nestor Hicks and all that kind of thought, you know what I mean? That great meditating and visualizing and manifesting wonderful things for yourself, right? And you know, going with the flow of the river. You know, there's not two rivers, there's one river, and there's a flow. And when you're having a bad day, it's you trying to go against that flow. And when you're having a good day, it's you letting the flow carry you, all right? And it's all about how you react to things, and even if, you know what I mean, it's just, anywho, but walking improves your flow, going with the flow for that day. All right? So there's the river. You got to follow the river. You got to not try to paddle upstream and fight it, because that's when you fight it and try to force it, that's when things don't want to work and happen, and it becomes more difficult, and this, that, and the other thing, all right? And that's all stuff inside your mind. But I think walking might be the actual physical embodiment of that thought in a very literal way. So, I mean, if you are walking and moving forward, you're making a forward momentum. You're going with the flow. I wonder if it's impossible to go against the flow when you're walking. Everything seems to make a little more sense when you're walking. Every problem seems to be a little less complicated, a little less worse. You seem to come up with a few ideas or on what you could do, All right, sometimes you really don't even, you think about it and you say, wow, I don't even have a problem, I just have a bill. All right, now Marcus Aurelius, another guy I love, has spoken about that. You know, if you think you have a problem and your problem can be solved with money, you don't have a problem, you have a bill. So you realize, oh, I really just have a bill, I don't even have a problem, all right? You know what I mean? So, and walking for me keeps that flow going. Keeps that forward momentum going, you're going with the flow, and it's a great way to soak up your energy for the day, you know, and then you go apply that, you know, listen, some people might have to work this into their later part of the day, so, you know, even if you only get 10 or 15, 20 minutes in, you know, but it's very beneficial. I feel for the people out there who you know, maybe they're feeling cooped up, you know, wherever they are. So that's why I said, all right, we're going to bring the camera and start shooting the walks. You know, maybe if you get a little enjoyment out of just, you know, kind of checking this out, or maybe it gives you a little inspiration to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to go for a walk. I'll tell you, that would be my greatest thing. You know, all these YouTube people like and subscribe and all this, and I mean, yes, that's all good and well, I suppose, you know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you not to, but at the same time, it's like, do you need to tell people to subscribe? I mean, if they like your thing, they're probably just going to subscribe. That's what I do. I'm a YouTube person watching YouTube, so, you know, that's how I, so I don't know, but really, my point being is, I'm just going to ramble a lot on this. My point being is that instead of me saying, oh, like and subscribe, I would really, you know what really would fill my heart up with joy? If you left a comment and said, you know what, I went out and went for a walk. This video made me go out for a walk. That's, I'll be honest with you, probably even greater than someone subscribing. It's so healing, so good for you to be out here. I can't really see a time where I feel worse after I went for a walk than before I went for a walk. I don't think that exists. I think when you're finished with your walk, you always feel better. I wake up with a stiff neck sometimes, you keep the AC a little too high. You know, if I pop right into my office and start doing work and sitting on in my chair, you know, in that hunched over position you end up getting, you know, my neck starts hurting right away. But I get out there for the walk, I get out in the sun, I move it all around. And then when I come back later and sit down in the chair, my neck doesn't seem to hurt as much. Listen, if you sit in one of those awful, crunked, hunchback positions for too long, you're bound to you know, kind of get messed up. All right, you know what? Let's go to the Borgo. We're here, so we're gonna dip into the Borgo Pass now. Yesterday it was really looking like the Borgo Pass because it was all rainy and foggy, and today's like a beautiful sunny day. Although it's the canopy makes it for, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like the Borgo. This is the beginning of the Borgo Pass. It's just like, imagine that this would be the road that Dracula would be kind of cruising on, you know, on the foothills of his castle. This is the Borgo Pass. Takes you from like town up through the hills to his, you know, his estate, you know. In a time before highways and all this stuff, you had passes and paths and this, that, and the other thing. And there you go. Now we're coming upon where I really truly call the Borgo Pass. We got a guy on a golf cart. I'm gonna cruise down. It looked like someone might have dumped some stuff down there, which is pretty shifty. Oh, it's just the same tree. Okay, it's just a bunch of tree stumps. Kind of look like couple of orange chairs back from where I was, but it's like kind of the orange part of the wood and just the way they were angled. Then I'd be out here with my camera to catch the culprit. The Borgo Pass. I'll walk up and down this road 10 times sometimes. I just love it. It's a good place to harness ideas, harness thoughts. All right? Look, I mean, I just want to take the camera and just kind of look into the trees a bit. You know what I mean? The camera's not bad either. So is this going to be able to focus? That's not bad. Wow. Still trying this camera out, folks. Look how far away. Alright, you know what? Damn. I mean, that's pretty good. A lot of mowing going on today. Tuesday is a big mow day. I love coming out here on a Sunday. We'll do a Sunday walk soon because there is a spot where I like to go, but you can't really go there during the week because it's, you know, whatever. We'll get into that another time. But yeah, we'll go there on a nice Sunday. So it's in the afternoon right now. I like doing walks. I love walking so much. I find a joy and beautifulness into it, no matter what time of day or what the weather is like. You know what I mean? So even on like 6 o'clock on a Sunday, you know. This is what I thought. Stuff dumped. See how it kind of looks like an orange chair to me? Bunch of orange chairs. I guess it is kind of a bunch of orange chairs, but we're on the outskirts. You know, I usually find myself on the outskirts of housing developments, golf courses, country clubs, parks. You know, the big wildlife things. And that's where we are right now, and we're coming up, we're butting up against the Borgo Pass. Takes you to yeah, there we go. Let's see. There you go. You know what, like I said before in the video, just go do what you're going to do and turn the camera on. I was going to come here and kind of just walk around in a circle. I mean, in all actuality, the channel could be called Walking in Circles with Dave. But just to keep things a little more simple, we called it Walking with Dave. And then here we are. This is another spot that I come and walk around. I like the vibe here as well because it's almost like it's a retirement community. So a bunch of nice, friendly old people live here. They seem like they could live a good life. You know, they got their little softball field over here. And it almost reminds me of like a little old school abandoned sandlot, like where the kids used to play baseball. You know, I mean, they must have games here, but I mean, I come here quite a bit, and on many different days of the week, and I never really see much action. So, although there was someone cutting the grass the other day, so they're keeping the grass cut, and it's like, you know, something from a different era, I guess. I don't know. A little snack bar. I love this old signage. Short stopping. I've come out here and just kind of hung out, chill. Hope you're having fun. Just out here for a walk. We're strolling along. You know, after this, I'm going to go do some food shopping. You know, I'm big on eating whole foods. You know, like I said in the other video, meat and vegetables, folks. I truly believe that walking in the sun, eating meat and vegetables, you know, having positive energy is the key to a good, healthy, long life, prosperous life. You know what I mean? They got us hopped up on these processed foods, these pharmaceuticals, all this stuff, and Ugats. I don't think it's good for you. And I think that we can solve a lot of our mental and physical woes with walking and eating whole foods. So, I have a great deal of passion for walking. I'll complete the circle soon. We'll call it a video relatively soon, I think. We had a good walk so far today. You know, I don't know where these are going to go. I don't know if they stay here, if they just sit here. This is just kind of mindless walking videos. We'll see. I like to get out there and explore. Definitely want to see some stuff. I'm going to use this as an excuse to kind of get out there. Now leaving the Borgo Pass. Now we're going to be entering into a section. So we've visited a couple of fake movie sets today, where I can imagine side movie sets. We saw Jurassic Park, we saw it at Borgo Pass, we have Dracula, and now we're going to be soon because we're still kind of in the Borgo Pass. When we leave the Borgo Pass, we're going to be entering where I think that they could film a Vietnam War movie. So imagine, you know, kind of Vietnam War helicopters coming down, and you know, when I point it out to you, I'll show you, and I think you're going to say, oh yeah, I see it. I feel it. Oh, which way are we going? Oh, we got to go this way. Okay. You know, you wonder how old some of these paths are. I heard some thunder, some great clouds. Now we're entering into Vietnam. Again, we're in country now, especially after we turn this bend. Get down! Shut up! Forrest Gump. This is like the road where they would say something like that on. Dum dum dun 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 dun. There must be some kind of way out of y'all. Vietnam. All right, so yeah, man, I can see on the camera. Imagine like cavalry style helicopters coming down right here, pew, you know what I mean, and then and all the troops getting out, you know what I mean, and then running down the road. Get down! I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just having fun, folks. I literally just got my dad cam out and I'm just having fun out here. The camera is so light, I tell you, man. I'm shooting right now, I'm shooting on a Sony CX405. You know, I mean, I picked it up for like a little less than $200, and I'll tell you, so far I'm impressed. This is the first time I'm shooting with it, but this image stabilization seems pretty darn good. I think that was a problem on episode 0. I guess this is episode 1. On episode 0, it's quite shaky. Not much image stabilization. Some great clouds. We might get a little afternoon rain. And that's why I made it a point to get out a little earlier in the day. Because yesterday I waited too long. I mean, it's nice walking in the rain. I mean, yeah, it is nice walking in the rain sometimes, but, you know, sometimes, yeah, you didn't feel like it. So, if it rains too hard, it's a drag. you really can't enjoy yourself. I don't mind a little light misting. We're making our way back though. Kind of down there is where we kind of came in, and when we were walking through Jurassic Park was all the way through this. Field testing the camera today. Field testing the new camera. A road divided. Going down this one. Golf carts are so big down here. You know, when I lived up in New York, golf carts were just for golf courses. Here, man, it's like, you know, it's a part of life. Especially I'm not far from the villages. We'll be walking around the villages eventually, a little bit, some little nooks. Those people are a little crazy up there. I mean that with all love in my heart. You know how those boomers can get. No offense, booms. They're partying hard up there in the villages, I will say. Partying hard. I like to ride my bike up there and go for a walk or whatever, but if you ride your bike through like one of the squares, it's like a Tuesday or Wednesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The outdoor restaurants and bars are like hopping. People are getting like sloshed at like noon on a Wednesday. You know, old people, older people, tired people. Jesus. So that's where we came in over there. I love this open field right here. That was Jurassic Park down that way. I smell burning. Someone's doing either burning on their property or a prescribed burn, perhaps. It smells like barbecue though. We're gonna come back around. We're gonna end this pretty much where we came in. Like on the Wall album. Isn't this where you came in? We did our little circle today. Or go past. This is like my Universal Studios backlot. You got Dracula sets, you got Jurassic Park, you got Vietnam War. Vietnam War can also, I mean, the Vietnam War section could kind of double for you know, any type of like commando movie, action, a Roger Corman action film. This is a nice view. Honestly, I think part of the appeal of these videos just might be the idea of walking down this path, right? Because it's not like we're just walking around in a circle. It's not like we're walking around, it was just a weird bug that just like landed on me, was chilling. Oh, it sounds like it's getting windy right now. Alright, I'm sure that if there got super windy over the thing, I will have removed that on editing, but I didn't want to talk over it, so. That means the weather's coming. Oh yeah, wow, look at it. Look at it from that side. This is Florida for you. See how it's completely clear and beautiful there? And from this direction, we got some stuff coming in. Alright, this is kind of where we came in. So, I had a great time walking with you today. Remember, in life you got to get out there and just walk it off. Let's walk it off together. Come for a walk with me, alright? Wishing everyone a good day, a blessed day, getting those energy and those vibes, alright? And so until the next installment, I am Dave. We are on a walk. And this is Walking with Dave. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.